Hello everyone, Larry Satchwell. Garden update, July 15th. Unbelievable. Hope you had a good 4th. I'm starting here in the basement. I want to show you what my grow light system looks like. So I've got two different makes of grow lights here, both caught on sale. You know me. And I've got a chain hanging down from the ceiling, and these chains actually came from the dollar store. So I can raise these up as I need to as the plants grow. So I need to get some of these in the garden. I've got some sunflowers started here, all in peat pots, and they are getting a little stringy. I've been away for the last 4 or 5 days at the Highland Games in Grandfather Mountain. I've got squash and zucchini plants coming on. This zucchini is ready to go in. I'd like to get these squash plants a little bit taller. This just in an old salad thing. The light's funny here because of the grow lights, but this is the balloon flowers coming up. All I did was sprinkle those across there. They spent the winter in the barn, so they had some cold stratification. I'm looking forward to picking those out of there and putting them in individual pots. I'm going to leave the lid off of it now. Looks like there's a little bit of fungus growing back there. I've got some new tomato plants over here. These are all sunflowers. I had about a dozen seeds from a bush cucumber plant packet that was 2 years old, so I put them all in here, and a lot of them came up. Back here is year-round lettuce that's ready to go to the garden, and here are my fall tomato plants. I hope my fall tomatoes do better than the others. 3 little salt and peppers coming up here. This is from last year's too. So let's go out in the garden. It's awful. This is what I see when I come out of the basement every morning. Sunflower's still doing great. The birds have gotten quite a few of the seeds off, but there's still some seeds coming on. This was one basil plant. Isn't that? It's just fantastic. I haven't cut it back for a couple of weeks. It's got blooms all over it. The black-eyed Susans have come into bloom. This is turtle head, I think. Turtle head. It has a lot of new growth on it. Something's been eating on that. The cardinal flower here is starting to get some blooms on it. This is some more of that basil. And this is where that tub was that I did an early spring video on. More basil in front of it. Something's dying here. What is this? Oh, my pestrum is dying right here. We have not gotten much rain, and I have not watered the garden very often. Oh, my mystery flowers. I didn't know that. They weren't blooming when I left last Thursday. Those are beautiful this year. More blooms this year than ever. I brought these from my mother's home after she passed away. They put up leaves in the spring, and then they just disappear. And then all of a sudden, just like I discovered a few seconds ago, they're here. What beautiful flowers. Was just listening to the news right before I started this video. Heat index of 101 today. Let's go down this hill down by the gazebo. We'll start there and look at my miserable garden. My split leaf maple has lost its beautiful color, and we do have ragweed coming on. This should be in full bloom a couple weeks. Mexican petunias have not put out a bloom yet, but they're living. That's a good thing. I've cut the yarrow back a lot, but I haven't cut it off. Some Volunteer zinnias here. Look how dry it is. Even the echinacea are drying up. I should probably water today. I don't think we have any rain in the forecast. The Joe Pye weed is blooming. That does not look right. Something is going on here with this Joe Pye weed. It almost looks like that stuff that was on my coneflowers a couple of years ago. As soon as I do this video, I'm going to have to do some research on that. I may have to cut that out. Here's the view from the bottom with those mystery lilies. I'm not sure the name of them. That's just what my mom always called them. Nicotina is still going well. Time to cut back this Shasta daisy a lot. And here are the balloon flowers that have all gone to seed now. I simply let them go. These aren't quite ready to cut. I simply let them go to as brown as they could get before they opened up. Snipped them off and put them in a paper bag and hung them upside down in the barn. And took that paper bag and then shook it onto that all that soil you saw. So they did great. I've been avoiding showing you the garden, so we might as well go to it. A lot of empty beds. The only thing coming on right now are the carrots, and the cucumbers are still alive. Everything else is pretty much gone, and that's to be expected in a Georgia garden. We have a spring season and a fall season, and I try to winter garden all winter. This is the zucchini. That was a zucchini, and look how pitiful my tomatoes are. I have my little cart here because I'll be putting all these rotten tomatoes the chickens will love. And I'm going to be saving my little clips here and taking everything out. Even the marigolds are not looking very good. So that's the procedure here. Just untying this and throwing it away. This little metal thing was useless. If it hadn't been tied up, it would have bent right over. You get what you pay for. The other one over there, I had to tie the cucumbers on. I finally tied it to a stake too. So I've staked up a stake, if that doesn't make any sense. Most of these sunflowers have all been eaten. The peppers are doing great. They're growing like crazy, but there's no new flowers on them. My wildflower garden over here, this is not going to be the wildflower garden next year. I'll purposely plant some flowers in there. And this is what happens when you leave okra for a few days. These get so huge. You've got to clip these every day. These are not going to be edible. This one will come on tomorrow. There's one that's just on the edge of being okay. And maybe this one. It just depends. You can feel them when you cut them if they're going to be like corn cobs or not. Right here, I was going through the last of my seeds and found a pack of 10 or 12 sweet corn seeds. I planted those. They look like they've come up, but they're so dry looking. I don't know if they're going to make it. The cages are over here because I have 2 chickens that are on the loose, and of course they would have scratched that right up. And I have another sunflowers down here, and this is my crop, the last crop I planted of the all year-round lettuce. And we've been fortunate. We've eaten off of these larger ones, but haven't off of the smaller ones yet. I did save this sunflower for the winter for the chickens. And we'll see what we got here. This is exactly what I did with those balloon flowers. Oh yeah, that's going to be a nice treat. I'll either hang this up for the birds this winter or the chickens, either one. All you do is hang it from a string and enjoy watching them. I'll put it back put it back in the bag and hang this bag up in the barn. I'm going to leave you here today with my mystery lilies. I am so pleased to see those. There's a butterfly up there. Wherever you are, wherever your garden life is, stay hydrated, stay safe, and I'll see you August 1st in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching, friends. I hope your garden's doing better than mine.